Hello, it's Rick from e24land.com, here to give a video overview of our 5.232 acre property in Fort Garland, Colorado, southern Colorado, Costilla County. It's a beautiful lot in the foothills of the Sangre de Cristo mountain range. It's at the corner lot of Edmond, and it's virtually flat, ranging from 8,702 feet on one side to 8,707 on the other, or sloping down from the other road, 8,724 to 8,684 feet in elevation. It's got trees. So unlike some of the lots out there in the flat part of the valley that don't have any trees but are flat, this is nicely wooded with pinyon pines ranging from 8 to 12 feet in elevation, along with some scattered sagebrush and other grasses to add color and texture. So nice spots for building or for camping. In this video, I'm going to show you some high-level and satellite images of the area so that you can get your bearings. I'll show some Google Maps to get to the highway or to town, but we also have some exciting video from the ground level and aerial footage of the property. In case you haven't seen it, we've made another video about where is Fort Garland or where is Costilla County, and it's got more information about the general area and the broader geographic context. I'll put a link to that in the description below. So let's get started. Here is Costilla County. So here's a broader image. If you look at Denver's up north, and then Taos is down in the south. So I wanted to just kind of, again, reset with some geographic context that the main two towns in the area are going to be Fort Garland and San Luis. We'll use those as key touch points. If you're traveling to the property or around in the area, you'll likely go through one of these two towns. They're about 15 minutes apart, straight up and down Highway 159. So we'll use those as key places. Denver to the north is about 3 hours straight down Highway 25, or you'll also Colorado Springs, 2 hours, Pueblo about an hour and a half, or eventually you'll come into Levada Pass. All of those Highway 125 then across, that'll get you into Fort Garland. Or if you're coming from the south, then Taos is about 1 hour to San Luis, or add 15 or 20 minutes if you're going up to Fort Garland. In general, let me zoom in here. So in general, you're going to have Highway 159 runs north-south from Fort Garland to the New Mexico border, and then it becomes New Mexico 522. Or east-west, you're going to have 160, which runs from Levada Pass out to Alamosa. Again, subtract or add mileage or time based on where you're going to, and then figure just another 15 to 30 or 40 minutes to the property, depending on where you are in the mountains, right? Some of the stuff in the foothills is going to be a little closer. Some of the stuff that's up high elevation or deeper in the mountains, it can take a little longer to get there. So let's see. We're going to talk about, so there is, if you're going to if you're going to stay in the area, generally Alamosa, 25 minutes out to the west, it's got hotels, it's got shopping, it's got tons of restaurants. So you generally want to stay there if you want more modern amenities, or certainly there's plenty of camping, or there's a couple of small hotels and places to stay in places like Fort Garland. Same thing, that as you are traveling in the area, let me just switch over here and give you an idea. So here you're going to see Fort Garland from this particular property is just about 18 to 20 minutes depending on which way you go. Or let me just scroll down, and San Luis is again about same amount of time, 20 minutes down to the south to this property. And let me just redo this. Scroll a little bit. If you're in the area, right, there's a couple of reservoirs. Mountain Home Reservoir is right there. I like to also point out Juarez Road, which is kind of the main service road in the area. It runs parallel to Highway 159. Cell reception out in this area is pretty good, so a lot of times directions may just start with Juarez Road. Okay, back to our satellite view. Right there you see Highway 159 sort of traveling north-south over to the west of there, right? We call that the flats or the San Luis Valley floor. Most of the properties in that area are going to be flat, 7,500 to 7,800 foot of elevation. Most of them between 77 and 7,800 foot of elevation. And then lots of farmland. Those are the green circles, right? That's farmland in that area. It's a fertile valley. They are being irrigated by the two reservoirs in the area, right? So you have got the Mountain Home Reservoir and the Smith Reservoir that they feed the farmland in the area. Up to the north, 10 to 12 miles north of Fort Garland, is Mount Blanca, Mount Lindsay. There's a number of mountain peaks in that cluster there. I'll come back to that in a little bit. And then just a little past that is the Great Sand Dunes National Park, which is a great day trip, right? It's only an extra couple minutes past there, maybe 25 minutes north of Fort Garland, but you can go up there and spend a couple hours playing around in the sand dunes and then get back down. So, all right, so out to the left is the valley, and then on the east side of Highway 159, you start to get into the foothills of the Sangre de Cristo mountain range, and you see we start to get a little bit more texture in there. That it's not real high, not real dramatic slopes, a little bit more gradual, but we're starting to get into that area. So what you see here is we'll just kind of look in the area, and out to the west is the valley, and then really surrounded on 2 or 3 different sides here is the Sangre de Cristo range, right? So you can see there's a little bit of slope going down, very gentle from there, and then right there's the intersection of the two roads. Great place for building or camping. And then generally, right, the view that you're going to get here is this of Mount Blanca. Let's dive in and start to look at some real pictures. So coming up, here you go.